What's up, everybody? Silas back again today, out here at the Studebaker cleanup. Hopefully today we will have everything processed and ready to go. The crusher's on its way right now. They're hooking up to it. It'll probably be here in 45 minutes or so. Probably won't do any crushing today. Maybe a little bit, depends on how things go. But the main goal is to finish processing all the cars that we're going to crush and to gather up all the ones that we're going to keep and get them lined up ready to haul home. Man, there's a definite difference in quality between this phone and my other phone. Right now, my other phone's here uploading a video. I didn't have time to upload it at home on the Wi-Fi, so it's going a little bit slow, but it'll be done here in about 15-20 minutes and I can switch cameras. But I didn't want to miss this when I got over here. I want to record before we start. Last night I didn't edit a video. I thought, I'm a little bit sleep deprived. I need to go to bed. So about 10:30 I went to bed, and I thought I would get some sleep last night. About 5:30 this morning my body was like, time to wake up, get up. And so I laid there for about 15 minutes and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I thought, well, I guess I'll get up. So I got up, did some work around the house, and edited a video and processed the video, but I didn't have time to upload it. So I just hit the road, and so it's uploading on data right now. And we don't have 5G around here yet because it's middle of nowhere, Kansas, But the pile's growing, crusher pile. Those are the keepers over there. This one here I'm not keeping, it's out here in the middle, but there's a bunch of junk over there beside it that I can throw in it. We keep most of that back row. So basically we just have those cars right there we got to process, and then there's some more old trucks on the other side of that big cottonwood over there. And then over there in that tree row there's a bunch of just little stuff that's mostly just junk. It has arrived. We got it set up, ready to go. It's kind of a tight fit getting in that driveway back there, but he got it in there. So now I can take all these cars here. I'm probably going to start down there at that end and just work my way through them and crush them all up. And then I got that pile back there. That pile will be a little bit bigger before we start crushing. But we get it all ready and we'll just grab and go. They're over here working on these two. We're cutting the back of the cab off the old 54 Ford, and then we're cutting the dash out of the old Studebaker. It actually has a bullet dash in it, kind of like they had a bullet nose on some of them. That one has a big bullet in the dash. That's the only one out here I saw like that. I didn't see any others like that. And the car itself isn't really worth saving. There's not enough there to justify taking it home, so we're just going to chop the dash out of it. We got all these cool old cars back here on the back row, mostly Packards. Those are both Packards there. The Studebaker, and we're just going to crush it. I'm just going to pull the trunk lid and probably the rear bumper off of it. And then a Packard convertible, just another Packard, and then a Nash, and then that black one over there is a Lincoln. And then beside the Lincoln is just some junk, and then beside that is an old 54 Mercury. So we're going to save all of those except for that Studebaker there. The 8-passenger sedan, that 8-passenger sedan there, I think I'm going to try to get a front clip for it. I don't know if one of these front clips will fit on it or not. If I can get the front clip off that black one there to fit on it, if they're the same anyway, I think they're a little bit different. But if it'll fit on there, I'm going to put it on there and take that there and park it out in front of my place and use it for advertisement. I had talked about using one of those Opel GTs, if you remember from one of my previous vlogs, but that there's a really cool car as well. So I'm not sure which one I want to use, but I want something that's eye-catchy and unusual. It doesn't really have to be worth anything. I just want it to be unusual and catching people's attention. Man, whoever owned this car when it was new, they were the talk of the town, that's for sure. This is a nice car back in the day. Still pretty cool car, and it's not that bad really. It's missing the hood, which is kind of a bummer, and it's missing a few pieces of trim, but it's not that much rust. I think somebody would probably buy this car here, slam it down on the ground. I mean, I know that's probably not everybody's taste, but the people who are in the market to buy a car like this, that's what they would do with it. And that would be pretty cool. So this one here may wind up getting a new home and a second chance at life. Same thing with that convertible. It's missing a door, which is a really bad deal, but it's just a super rare car. I had to close the doors of the loader for this one. That driver's or passenger door, is clear full of wasps. It's clear full of them. Earlier I went up here and looked at the truck and opened the door and shut it, and they came flying out of there attacking me. And wasp stings don't bother me. They don't hurt anything. It's a little more than a mosquito bite, so it's not really that big of a deal, but I don't want them swarming all over in here while I'm trying to drive, because that's annoying. So close the doors. I want to grab it, take it over there, and we're going to cut the bed off of this one. That way we can stack all the keeper stuff on this bed to take it home easier. Don't know if you can see them. Kind of shake it a little bit there. You can kind of see them flying out of that hole in the door. There's a ton of them. There must be a big old nest in there. So I'm going to bounce this around as I carry it over there. That way most of them will fly out and they'll get lost and their home will disappear. So I won't have to worry about them. I went to throw that door in that cab so I can carry it over there. We're going to save the door and the back of the cab. But I thought I'd just stack a bunch of stuff in it, make it easier to get it there. But that cab, once again, is clear full of wasps. And so they started flying all over and smacking me in the face and arms. So I just lay the door on the forks real quick, and I'm just going to go through the windows and pick it up and carry it over there that way. Slowly getting it done. Just a few left here. I got a lot of this out of the trees over here. We got a bunch of this back here moved out. My blood pressure's starting to skyrocket a little bit, just because this isn't getting done as fast as I wanted to get it done. We got quite a bit done, but there's still quite a bit more to do, and there's only about 2 hours left in the day to get this done. And so now I understand why a lot of scrappers come into a place like this and they just start at one end and go boom and scrap it all, done. Because like right now I'm running up against a major time crunch. I've got 4 semis coming for loads of crushed cars next week, and so I have to get these cars crushed and processed and done. And I'm still working on cutting stuff off of them, and so it's starting to stress me out just a little bit, so I may just start smashing stuff again. I'm going to go ahead and throw this one on my dad, and he's going to run it back to town for us, so that's one less I have to worry about. I'll probably take home the 8-passenger with me, and then I'm not sure what we'll put on Sean's trailer yet. The hood and the trunk didn't want to stay closed, and he didn't have any of his small straps, so we just ran one big strap all the way over the top of the whole car. That way we didn't crunch in the body panels or anything like that. So it looks good now though. That was a little scary. Getting this International out, it was back there. It's a big heavy truck, and I was sinking pretty bad in the loader. My tires were spinning. This thing is 4-wheel drive, but it was still spinning, but I got it out of there. And it really wasn't that scary. All I got to do is set the truck down, take my forks, tip them pointing straight down like that, shove them down in the dirt, and shove myself backwards as I go backwards. Pretty easy to get out when you're going backwards anyway. Going forward sometimes you get stuck. Cutting up the last few trucks. That's pretty much my crusher pile. I think I have 1 or 2 more crushers to gather up. So that's about everything I'm going to be crushing, those and all the ones over yonder along the road. Plus a couple out of back here. I got this International and a couple pieces of an old farm truck, and then 1 farm truck still that we have to cut a couple pieces off of. This in here, I forgot about it. Had a couple trees growing through it. Luckily there was a guy who happened to be here, had a chainsaw on his truck. I said, hey, can you cut that down? Or actually I didn't, my dad did. But so he came back here with a chainsaw and chopped the trees off real quick. And it was actually growing in the frame a little bit. I had to pluck it out of there, but I got it. That's all poison ivy right there. It doesn't affect me at all, so I can just grab it with my bare hands and yank it out if it's in the way. But a lot of other people can't even get close to that stuff without breaking out. Alright, we're about done for the day. I want to back my truck up over here, load this on my truck. But we got all the stuff processed, ready to go now. Got stuff stacked around the crusher, ready to go for Monday morning. I'm just going to do one last walkthrough, kind of show you guys around. You guys can go back and watch my video of when we bought 140 cars. If you look it up, you can find it on my page. You'll see what it looked like originally, and then you can look at it now and see what it looks like now. These are all my keepers right here in this area, the ones I'm going to keep. And then this Chrysler, I had a guy wanting to buy it the other day, last week, and I told him a price, barely above scrap value, and he didn't want it. So I was going to go ahead and crush it, but Sean decided he wanted it, so he's going to take it home. The motor still turns, probably runs, has an automatic in it, so he's going to take it with him. And then I'm keeping all the ones back here. And they're just finishing up the last of these trucks here while I'm loading up. And we're gonna head out for the day. The only one that's still sitting in the original spot is that gray Champ over there. I haven't moved it one time yet. It was ready to crush right where it was sitting, so I just never bothered to move it. Well, I think I'm done for the day. I'm exhausted. We worked a long one today. I woke up about 5:30 this morning and it's about 6:30 now, so what is that, 13 hours, and all but about an hour that was working. I'm actually probably not even going to take this car out to the yard. I'm probably just going to take it home with me for the night, actually for the weekend. I'm sure my wife will like that, having a car like this sitting out in front of the house, especially during the state fair. It's a nice yard ornament. But I'm going to let you all go. I'll be back on Monday with the crusher, and we're going to get to town crushing. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.